Plus, I moved everything. But welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, everybody? What's going on, Chip? You know what's going on? The news is always chaos. That's what's going on. Jack is in the wrong show. That's what happened. Everyone's looking for Badass Yeti sightings. I think crypto might be dead in the U.S., but if you look at the thumbnail, you know where they're celebrating? Everywhere else in the world.
Everywhere.
Everywhere else in the
Simultaneously.
world. Simultaneously. It's like if everyone went woo all at the same time, people would be crazy. The whole world would shake. It'd be like woo, and then everything in the U.S. would just kind of be like, eh.
It's a totally Debbie Downer over here, man.
It's so crazy. But there's two things that are going to change that will adjust the outcome of the crypto direction that's currently being caused by certain members of the SEC and certain members of this administration. And number one thing that is going to turn it around is going to be a victory by Ripple over the SEC and the XRP community vis-a-vis John Deaton intervening into that lawsuit. A lot of things pending, and it was interesting. John Deaton was asking for some interesting information today, but we'll get into all that. So if you guys are ready to kick this thing off, Chip?
I thought you were going to go into a rant in the beginning of the show. So yeah, I was like, I don't know if we're going to start the show, but let's start. First, we had some technical difficulties, which happens sometimes, and then now. So yeah, let's get going.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Wow, it's loud.
Welcome to On the Chain, everybody. Welcome. Drop in where you're from. Drop in the country. And so we can say, hey, it's country, city, whatever. So, it's just so we can recognize you, see where you guys are coming in from. We'd love to hear where everyone's coming in from. And again,
yes,
guys, and some really good support over the weekend. Really appreciate it. Those Badass Yetis are off to a pretty good start. Over 25% minted so far, which means that we're heading 25% of the Badass Yetis are gone, not available anymore. So thank you very much for that. And we did a giveaway yesterday. We'll have a giveaway today. We're going to start it a little bit earlier, so we'll go through that in just a minute. We'll go through some news, and we'll do that. But I just wanted to say a big congratulations to Brian Hearn, who was our winner yesterday, and I did confirm with Brian today that he did receive his Badass Yeti. It's always a good thing.
Congrats, Brian.
Yeah, congrats, Brian. Great,
winner.
Chicken dinner. Why do I want to say that? I feel compelled to say chicken dinner. It's just like you have to say it. It's not one of those things, Jeff.
You have to say it. If you didn't say it, then there'd be
feel weird. Winner. It's like, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say chicken dinner. Damn it! I just said it. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to say it. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Again. That's it.
It's the dumbest thing ever, Jeff. But it is what it is. And so go ahead, guys. There we go. That's kind of how it works, Jeff.
That's exactly what's going on right now. So obviously, all you people all over the world are just partying it up. You've got all sorts of digital assets falling all over you. And over here, it's a solemn day. I think they're about to play taps. And here lies all your hopes and dreams. However,
hopes and dreams.
Oh, God. It's a good thing we can have fun. It's a good thing we have an amazing community that all band together and have a lot of fun and enjoy this.
Yeah. Isn't that something, Jeff? Isn't it something? It sure is something. Yeah, I want to just put that right there, guys. So type that in right away. Type in Badass Yetis in the comments, just like that. Wait, hang on, not yet. I guess I didn't set it up. I gotta set it up first.
It's Badass
Yetis. You want to do that, just like that. Spelled what's in between the quotes. Badass, one word. Yetis, the second one has to be spelled exactly like that.
Oops, sorry. You got his Badass Yeti.
Yeah, Brian. Good. I'm glad you got it. Talked about that. So, and then just so you guys can see, we use a giveaway tool. So, and what we're doing is drawing another winner at the end of this one here.
Winner.
And you can see right there so far 10 people. So we're off to a better start than we were yesterday. So 10 people have typed that in. Nice. And you only have to type it in once. You type it in multiple times. It just removes.
Hans Loaded said, Chip, without the quotes.
Without the quotes,
So,
correct.
so don't type the quotes, and then make sure you spell it right, Sean, because it needs to be Yetis with a no E. Badass Yetis.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll tell you.
Everyone's got that one in there. Yep.
There it is right there. Okay. So type it in.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Everybody's got it. It's right there, right at the top of the screen. You got some Badass Yetis. It's even in that little comment there. Type in Badass Yetis, and now it's confusing because now everyone's like, what am I supposed to type in? Should I type in Badass? Should I type in Yetis, or should I type in the comments?
Here,
Do not type in Badass Yetis in the comments. However, type in Badass Yetis in the comments.
How about this? Let's just simplify that. You're gonna type that word right in there into the comments. That's what you're gonna type.
Badass Yetis.
That is the word right there, and that's what we're gonna do. We got 28 people in here, guys. This is good. We're off to a great start here. 28 people. We got 29. So keep doing that, and as people join, we'll go ahead and remind you guys to go ahead and do that. Jeff, I wanted to start tonight off with something pretty good. And again, it's like when we think about what's happening, you know, when you prefaced it in that on the open there, when we think about all the things that are going down, which a lot of it has to do with how, I guess, the government here in the United States really kind of looks at crypto, kind of looks at these CBDCs, and you know, like what's their opinion on it. So this we had this drop. This was Governor Ron DeSantis, who is the governor of Florida.
We know that guy.
And my dog is driving me nuts again, Jeff. It's unbelievable.
Good thing
we know him. We know him. So
Julius is over there.
He is. Hopefully he's sleeping, right? But let's listen in on this. This was like one of these impromptu. This was like an impromptu interview. Benny Johnson. I think it was yesterday, or the day before. But it's significant because of the topic of theme. But let's go into this, and let's workshop it. So let's go listen to this.
So in New York, they banned big gulps.
I know.
And if they did federal currency, if they did FedCoin, then they'd be able to limit like purchases of like a big gulp,
I
right?
mentioned at the press conference, the central bank digital currency, we're banning it in Florida. Now the corporate press is having an absolute spasm over this because it doesn't exist yet, all this other stuff, which is true. They haven't done it, but Biden's studying it. And what they want to do is they want to have that be kind of they want to get rid of crypto, all that stuff. This will be a digital dollar. Then they want to go to a cashless society. Once they're in a cashless society, then they have oversight and could change or prevent you from spending your money the way you want. And it'd be like a social credit system. The media is like, oh, there's no plan to do that. They wouldn't be allowed to do that. I'm like, when has that ever stopped them? If you think that they could say, because of climate change, you can only fill up your car once or twice a week, and then the payments wouldn't go through, they absolutely would do that. And I think they found with COVID, they got away with a lot during COVID,
yes.
And I think they could get away more. If Congress ever authorized it, that would trump our state law, but I don't think Congress would authorize it.
Yeah,
I think we could stop it.
Jeff, thoughts on that? Boom.
Man, that comes out, you know, right out of the gate. You know, that's awesome. Crypto Whelp says I can't get in the comments, but he's in the comments. So I don't know. He can't get in the comments. He's right there in the comments. But man, Chip, that one by Ron DeSantis hit it so far out of the park. I mean, it's spot on, you know, and it's interesting because a precedent has been set as to what these governments are willing to do based on the past couple years, exactly what they are going to do to you if they were to pass this and they want to digitize the US dollar. So we have the digitization of the US dollar. And so this is really problematic. And DeSantis mentioned what happened in New York where they outlawed a certain size beverage. Now,
it's sad.
Now imagine you're in a state where you say, hey, I want to get, you know, for whatever reason you want to drink, you know, I don't know how big that was, but let's call it maybe 84 ounces of Coke. Now, if that's what your thing and that's what you want to do, then who's the government to say you can't drink your 84 ounces of Coke in one, you know, pour? And if you're not going to get that big cup, what's to stop you from buying a 6-pack of Coke or a 12-pack of Coke? You know, I don't understand, you know, where that. So the precedent's been set about what governments are willing to do, Chip. And so we need to be afraid of the Fed coin. We have to be very afraid of it. And, those are my 2 cents.
Yeah, well, the good thing he brought up a good point. He's right. I mean, you think about it. So the states, as it is in the U.S., they get to make they can trump anything except for a federal law. So once something's passed by Congress and signed by the president, it goes into law. If it's not overturned by the Supreme Court, then it does trump everything. It would supersede any state. But again, the thing about it is, you got the red team in the House. The red team is very pro crypto, and they're anti CBDC. So it's pretty much a moot point. And if they were going to do it, they could have done it last year when they controlled everything. But this is a lot of why there really is an appetite for it. And this is a lot of times where, we saw this with the 2 presidents ago. It's like you had the Congress, you had the presidency, you could have done anything you wanted for 2+ years. You chose to do nothing. So don't sit there, cry, whine, bitch, and moan because this didn't happen. But funny thing is, when the public's not behind it, like what's going on with crypto right now, it's like if you think about politics, the people are like, so put politics aside, forget about which team, red team, blue team, whatever it is, right? Nobody cares, right? At the end of the day, why is the government involved in telling you what you can do with your hard-earned money? They don't care if you go to Vegas, take out your mortgage payment and put it all on black or red and spin that roulette wheel. They don't care, right? But they're so worried that you are going to make a mistake with an investment, right? Do they care about what stocks you buy? Do they care if you do something really stupid and you invest a couple $1,000s in Enron the day before it goes broke? I'm just saying, people have done that, Jeff. I've done that. That happened to me. It's a real story. And was there anybody to save me? No, it was my decision. I heard a lot of rumblings. I heard it could go either way. It was either going to be a big thing, but something big was going to happen. What happened was it collapsed. That wasn't the big thing I was expecting, but it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, why is the government involved in it? It's go ahead and take that one. Oh, DNI is in the house. Look at this right
I thought you were going to kind of read it and just kind of.
Yeah. DNI says, the government isn't going to try to extort more control over our lives when they get away with it. Never, ever going to happen. No, of course it won't happen. No. And this from K-Hut over here. Don't be afraid. Be aware. Appreciate that support, K-Hut, as always.
Be aware.
Be aware. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Be aware. Don't back down, man.
Don't back down. Sir John says one should be allowed to get as much food and drinks as they get in North Korea. Okay.
Right. I saw another great video today, but it's just, but it was somebody contrasting, somebody who came from, Korea was talking about that, we're in danger of becoming North Korea, basically, just because of some of the things that are going on around here.
That's it. So Sean was saying they do care. Of course, it's the thought police. We're cattle, and they want to convince our pitchfork carriers that the people with the torches want to take their pitchforks away. It's really interesting. They are trying to pit everybody against one another. That's obviously a big part of the plan. I was starting some commentary over here, and where did my comment go? Here we go. Because James L said Badass Yetis, Volley, and Lingbacher will destroy securities Yeti Klingon stuff.
Ooh.
So but I'm assuming those are both James L is big Badass Yetis right there. So that's big right there. That is big.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. And that's and totally can do some destruction. The Badass Yetis, quite honestly, if you're thinking if they were going to university, they'd be getting a 4.0 in destruction, right? I'd like to let them run. I'd just like to let them loose around the SEC building, but we know that one of the main characters is not there, Jeff. We know that one of them is not participating. And as we look at guys, to go ahead and type that in there, the Badass Yetis, type that right there in the chat. And here it is right there. You see that? So 34 you guys have put that in there. There you go. And so probably wondering what is the Badass Yeti we're giving away today? It's nothing more than a shiver spine, which is completely terrifying, Jeff. In many ways.
Terrifying.
And here it is. Let me move it on screen there.
That's badass.
Let's move it on there. Let's make it big there, Jeff. Let's make it big. But there it is right there.
Oh, that one's badass. I like that one.
That's a shiver spine right there.
Check out the background scenery too. Look at the mountain range.
That will give you some
color of the sky. man, the shiver spine are they're just terrifying. They look terrifying. So those are like the little creatures you expect to see in your dreams.
And that little club right there, man, it's got a wallop, a little punch. But this is the one we're giving away today on the chain, live. We will do it later at the end of the show, guys. So make sure you do what? You know the thing. You know the thing, Jeff. Type that.
You know that thing. You know that thing.
Type in this right there, right in there in the chat.
Just make sure you spell it correctly. So if it looks exactly like that, like Badass Yetis, but if you have a mistype, not gonna work.
Look who's here. Liz Taylor's here. He said he's so cool.
He's very
cool. And Liz Taylor, thank you for being a member of the OTC for official joining. Appreciate that. You can see like Jim D too. He's got that little, and Jim D too. We're going to show off his Badass Yeti too that he got. I'm going to pull that up in a little bit later. But another video that I wanted to, it's so funny. It's like Elon Musk sometimes, Jeff, is way ahead of the curve. Okay, and so many ways. And so here's a video from 13 years ago. This was Wall Street Memes tweeted this one out. But here's a video from 13 years ago, and Elon Musk was being interviewed, I think on the street, right? They were interviewing him about Tesla, doing this whole thing where they're going to ask him a couple questions. And so he said he might have been the first one to ever coin this, but he had some interesting words to say about our pal Jim Cramer, who's wrong about everything, right? So he said something about inverse Jim Cramer. So let's listen to the
inverse Jim Cramer's the best.
Let's listen to this. Here's the interview.
Investing in this, there are a lot of people who have looked at your IPO who have told me, you know what, I'm not sure that this is a smart investment. Our own Jim Cramer yesterday said, I'm not sure that Tesla has a business plan that's going to work. It's not a smart investment. What do you say to the skeptics who look at where Tesla is, the money that you're raising, and they say, you know what, they've got a nice roadster, but they don't have a good business plan?
Well, I think, Jim, I'd say, yeah, sure, Jim, we're no Bear Stearns, but I think we're going to do okay. Jim, I think, recommended Bear Stearns and Lehman and other things. So, frankly, he's contraindicator.
The contraindicator, right? I love how he's Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, right? He did recommend those, but he said we vote against Tesla. Now, if we had known this, and we've been a little clued in this, we would have been like definitely investing. Imagine investing in buying Tesla stock 13 years ago when Jim Cramer was saying it was a bad thing. How funny is that, Jeff? How damn funny is that? I mean, it's just incredible.
Man, it's great. It's absolutely awesome. And Jacob's Ladder said, Badass Yetis need to run for Congress. There you go.
I'm telling you, man, you just got to let those little badasses loose. They will run. They will just run rock shot right around every one of those going on there.
Java saying we need Badass Deet and NFT to finance lawsuits against Gensler, civil suits to drag him in. Drag his ass in. That's where he needs to be. He needs to be dragged his ass in. And we got a new old member, but Brian is now a YouTube member.
Brian, appreciate that.
Brian was a member, and he is now another member.
So who was Brian also a winner of the NFT giveaway yesterday? And
winner.
I talked Brian.
That's right. Winner of the NFT member here on the chain. Oh, that's right. You talked to.
It's cool. It's like I just love connecting with people. It's like you see someone in the chat. It's like it's a very cool to talk to somebody, like to have the conversation and shoot the crap for a little bit, Jeff. I'm going to say that, and I wanted to talk about this. Everybody knows Michael Arrington. Michael Arrington was really he's a former founder of TechCrunch. TechCrunch is epic. It was always a great thing. It's like if you were like a startup, if you got a byline in TechCrunch, that was huge, right? He also was a founder of Crunchbase, which is really good to kind of like see what companies are doing, what their financing rounds look like, and everything else. He also founded Arrington Capital. And he's also a pretty good friend and a friendly terms with Brad Garlinghouse and had an XRP fund. He has another one that he has as well. But interesting big news here, Jeff, which is that Michael Arrington, he's calling his Project Fahrenheit, just announced we've become a qualified bidder in the Celsius bankruptcy process. We're using the working name of Project Fahrenheit, a short thread on what we're trying to accomplish. So it's kind of funny, Jeff, because Celsius is what everyone else in the world, how they measure the temperature. But here in the US, being as backwards as we are and as old-fashioned as we are, especially when it comes to crypto, it's no mistake that we use the term Fahrenheit. It's like, someone says, "Oh, it was 23 degrees here today," and I'm thinking, "Man, that was frigid," but it was like, no, that's in Celsius. So I love this kind of contrast, the whole Fahrenheit thing he's got going down here, and
It was really, it's, very prudent, and his total objective of what Fahrenheit Holding wants to do with Celsius. And granted, Celsius has gotten a lot of hate. They did kind of have to file for bankruptcy, that, put everybody's accounts on ice, which was a little bit painful, because I do have assets over there as well. So, I'm feeling the pain, and hoping that they decide to release these assets. Now, one of the things that we've seen, and if you guys remember, and I don't want to say that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the causations of the bankruptcy and everything that was going on, but Sam Bankman-Fried was one of those right before all the chaos that ensued. Sam Bankman-Fried said, "Oh, we're thinking about buying Celsius," and then he came out and said, "No, there were some things on the books that didn't look right to us, so we decided not to." Now, what's interesting about that is the same exact thing happened to them by CZ over with Binance. And so what goes around comes around. So I don't know that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried were the direct causations. Obviously, there were some other issues going on, plus a severe bear market that obviously when the market's in bull cycle, Chip, and everything's sky high, those guys couldn't do anything wrong. Everything was great.
Right.
Obviously, there's some issue, but the assets are still being held. That's the whole point of this. And there were some solutions to give people parts of whatever this new entity might be that gets created, and you'll get holdings in Celsius. But I'm liking this even more because as we read through this, we're going to see that Arrington has some really interesting statements as to what his expectation is and anticipation is for the holders that are now, feeling some impingement, with this Celsius lawsuit.
Yeah, and so he puts the public where the bid is public over there on Stretto, which is a bankruptcy management type of system, and then here it says, well, what happened with what has happened to the stakeholders of Celsius is an absolute tragedy. It's affected the entire industry, and we want to put the pieces back together, and we'll work tirelessly to do this. And our bid is not structured as a simple asset purchase. We're proposing that the assets be placed into a new company and is run with the sole goal of growing those assets to make stakeholders whole, which is a phenomenal idea. He's not going, the one objective here is to make sure that everybody who's ever put an asset over there on Celsius is made whole. And this is really a really phenomenal turn of events here, because, and I know Alex Mashinsky was working to do that as well. Was really, before he was taken out of the company, but he really was working to try to see what they could do Bitcoin mining to sort of kind of cover those losses from the assets. And so that was always like the plan. In the new company will be substantial Bitcoin mining assets, retail and institutional loans, a variety of crypto core assets, and a venture capital portfolio. And we've assembled a group of proven crypto operators to run this business, including U.S. Bitcoin Corp for the Bitcoin mining part of it, ourselves, and Jess, which is Noah Jessup, who is part of the Proof Group and DeFi and crypto, to run the venture portfolio, a large loan servicer with an appropriate license to service customers in 50 states, a team of experts in quantitative trading strategies and risk management, TradeFi, and crypto. So it's really, it's a pretty exciting development. And I'll put this over here. And Noah Jessup,
big news.
Yeah, Noah Jessup, who he mentions in there. Someone had asked this question, like, "Hey, so why do you call it a project?" And Noah Jessup said, "Well, right now we're just a group of friends and collaborators who come together to form Fahrenheit and make the bid. It'll be our partnership jointly with all stakeholders if we're selected as the group to help it right some wrongs and get some transaction to close, getting it out of Chapter 11. So I like this approach, Jeff. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the right approach. If they can get it out of bankruptcy, if they can make the holders whole, things go back on track. I like the group that they've assembled. I think it's a really solid group. You know, we obviously had the opportunity to meet Alex Mashinsky a couple times and have conversations with him. You look at, you know, what his past history had been in businesses. That doesn't mean that, you know, anyone's going to be successful or not successful in this space with crypto. We're in unprecedented times right now. The fact that it has not imploded completely, the fact that Arrington sees the value, that there's value in that company. There's value in everything that they've established up to this point, similarly to the point where Binance has now been approved to buy the assets of Voyager. And so that was also
story.
Yep, and so that's an upcoming story. So but those are all very important moments that we're seeing unfold right now. So yes, on the thumbnail we talk about the death of crypto here in the US. Somewhat true, somewhat not true. But I think there's more, there's so much more to what's happening right now. And this is we're all in this to play the long game. So if we were looking short term, like, then we saw the Celsius collapse, we say, that's it. You know, we're done. We're out of crypto. It's a disaster. But think about the long game. We're in this thing for the past 10 to 12 years right now, as far as crypto existence since day one of Bitcoin. That's just it's not even a blink of an eye. I mean, this is just, it's not even a spark yet in terms of how long currency has been around, you know, overall. And so the direction that we're moving in, you know, we can think forward where we're going to be 10 years from now. Everything that all these big players are doing right now to put they're putting all the pieces in the right place. The thing is, there's Chip, and this is the concerning part that we're seeing in the US, the rest of the world flourishing, but there are players out there that are trying to block every single move and just make it more difficult. You know, it's kind of like, you know, they're pouring tar, you know, at everybody's feet and trying to trip them up somehow. And this is that's going to end. You know, that's going to end here very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're discovering is there's a lot more fight in the American people, and I think people that are building an anti-crypto army. She's been awful. Senator Warren's been awful quiet on that since she announced it, and then I think there's a lot of pushback, and I think it's largely because that message is not resonating well with not only people in that district but anywhere, right? That's like that. K-HUD, Yeti with the chain. That's a good one. I like this one too from Jim D. He says, need a special issue Badass Yeti warrior with Gensler Reward combat packages on the helmet. Can you imagine that? That would be amazing, right? And then somebody wants to know, DeWalt wants to know, Jeff, is that vodka? Jeff, is that vodka over there?
If Zephyr Hills is pulling vodka out of the ground, then yes, it is.
And then someone in DeWalt says, Jeff is a badass jetty.
A jetty.
A jetty, there you go. And very easy hydroponics Allens. Thank you, Liz. You're the best. Love your support for this community. I don't know. Is Liz looks like Liz is doling out I don't know what she's doing. What's going on, Liz? What are you doing over there? Is something going on? I see like people thanking you. Are you doling out memberships again? Because maybe that's what's going on.
Hey, maybe. Our one listener viewer over on Twitch. Now it's always somebody new, but this is what does that say? Ulfrix over on Twitch. The only XRP holder over on Twitch.
Well, that's good because the cool thing about it is, did you type that in? Did you type Badass Yetis in over there? That's what I want to know.
That's right. It works. If you type Badass Yetis into Twitch, that's right. It works.
It works. So this is so it doesn't matter what platform you are. If you're on Twitter, if you're currently watching us on Twitter on either Jeff's account, my account, or the On the Chain account, on Facebook, on whatever, there's a couple of Twitch, wherever you're watching us right now. We've got 42 entries in this bad boy. Yeah, giving away memberships. Thank you, Liz.
Giving away memberships.
Man, Liz
did that before too.
We haven't seen her in a while, and she pops in and she's like, "You get a membership. You get a membership." Yeah, appreciate that.
Membership.
That is awesome. I thought that's what was happening. I was gathering that because reading through the comments. But you're gonna type that word right there into the comments, spelled like that. We will pick it up. So far, we've got 42 of those right there. I'll leave it on that screen right there.
Sweet.
But that's what we have so far. So far, so good, Jeff.
And T Java with a big support tonight. Thank you. Tech hasn't stopped in history. Don't let delays discourage hodl. And those are really critical statements right there, Chip, or one big statement. I like it. Tech hasn't stopped in history, keeps going. These delays, it's going to happen. It's happened, throughout the time here. So you get over the speed bump. We don't have full control over all those things happening. We all see the vision. We all see the direction that this technology is moving in. They can't stop it. It's such a global phenomenon. If they could stop it, they would have stopped it. It would have been done. That would have been it.
That's if they can. And the funny thing about it is that you can slow it down. You can maybe trip it up here and there. Bottom line is you're not going to be able to stop it. It's just once that bull has left that station, you are not going to trip it up. It might slow down a little bit, but it's going. Speaking of bulls, it's Michael Murphy, Jeff.
Bull, look at that. That's a big one too. And so that's something to look out for. If you look at the regional banks are the ones to look out for. My small regional bank, Riverview, posted a job for digital asset manager. They know something's coming. They 100% know something's coming. All the delays that are going on right now, just buying them time to figure things out. That's why they're also trying to digitize the dollar. And as they try to digitize the dollar and turn it into the CBDC, there's that misnomer out there, and they're going to try to trick people to believe that it's somehow safe, that it's somehow private, that it is somehow decentralized, and it is none of the above. However, guess what is? X Supercar, big support with a super sticker. I wish we could see those super stickers. Come on, StreamYard, get your act together.
Get it together. XRP Supercar, good to see you in here, man. Was Speedboat in here too? Are we having like a
Speedboat? Speedboat was here. Yeah, Speedboat was in here
as well. Man, this is like OG night, man.
It is OG night. And then we've got Brian over here, 3 to 5 years on my long-term bag. There you go. Nice. I think we're probably about, exactly 3 to 5 years. We're going to see some amazing development.
Look at this right here. So this is what we said. Once you guys get yourselves a Badass Yetis, tweet it out. We want to see what's happening. And look at this one right here. This is he hit us up. This is Jimmy Crack Corn, but I'm here, otherwise known as Jim D. This is Jim D right here on Twitter. Meet Badass Yeti FEMA Fang. See, like that. So that's what happens when you get one of these. You get the name, and then you get the pronunciation of that. This is FEMA Fang. Of the Blue Tribe clan, the Pathfinders. Look at that adorable little thing. And of course, oh yeah, cute and cuddly, yet deadly, Jeff. Very deadly. But look at that. Just looks like you just could squeeze that little buddy, and it might cut your throat. But that's just how it is. Badass Yetis, like they're pretty. They're pretty. I would say they're pretty cool to easy to get along with. But you threaten their homeland, you threaten their clan or their tribe. It's not going to end well, Jeff. It's just not going to end well. So
watch out. Now, if you guys haven't done this yet, go check out the Badass Yetis Discord. I just threw up a quick link in the chat for that as well. That'll bring you right to the Start Here channel. You can sign up, go over there, and you got some great things. Let me just share this with you real quick, and then I wanted to pull up another comment. There was actually a question over here. It looks like from Lisa. I think that says Lisa, but let me just pull this up right quick. So if you go into the Discord and you'll come right into the Start Here part of the channel, welcome to the Badass Yetis Discourse. Discord, the place where legends are made, so you can become a legend. You've arrived at the perfect community for anyone passionate about Badass Yetis, XRP, XRPO, NFTs, and the wider crypto landscape. Our frosty wonderland is filled with adventure, fun, and a warm, friendly atmosphere for enthusiasts at all experience levels. How cool is that? Badass Yeti's cool place. Come check that out. We've had some really cool hangouts over there, and there's going to be a lot of great things happening as we kind of move forward through that. Looking for some commentary inside of that Discord. But here's the question I wanted to pull up from Lisa. So this question is the CBDC crypto that they're trying to bring in UNIC? Chip?
I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know. What is UNIC?
I don't know what that means, Jeff.
Got to go through these abbreviations. So what is UNIC? UNIC is, I don't know if this is
I see the
accurate.
logo, but there's a couple things.
I know what a
here I
eunuch
see.
is. What?
Yeah, yes. You know what a
Can
eunuch
somebody,
is as well. United
Jason, can
Nations
you,
Information Centers. Is that it? The UN?
I don't know. There's a
United.
lot
There's
of
a lot of
eunuchs.
eunuchs. So I don't
What
know
are
what
we
eunuch you're
missing?
talking about.
Which eunuch are we referencing?
I don't know.
Comment on the eunuch,
I don't know, Jeff.
and we'll
Not sure.
comment on the.
And we'll
What
talk
is
about
this?
it. We'll workshop it, so to speak, Jeff.
Fang Yeti. What in the world?
Yeah, that's what's so funny is I don't want to say that, but that kind of like it almost made me think of Fang, but it's not. No, it's not Fang. No, let's not go there, man. It's not mess with Jim D's.
I love those, the white fluffy ones. They are cool. They are very cool.
Yeah, let's not go there, Chef. I don't want to go there at all. I mean, we could go there, but we have to think
Jallar is his Brian's Badass Yeti. Come on.
Is that his name? Is Badass Yeti?
So Noah says, where can you buy a Badass Yeti? So what you need to do is jump over to, let me throw this in there. If you go over to, did you get it in there already?
Throw it in there right now. There it is right there. So there's what you're going to do. You're going to go there.
Pull that up. Boom. And I'll throw it into the chat. Go check out the XRP .cafe.
Yeah, and so what you do here is like it's easier to do on your mobile device if you're whether Android or iPhone. You go ahead and when you're there, you make sure on your Zum wallet. If you some people have multiple accounts, some people just have one account. Make sure that your one account is pulled up on there, selected on your Zum wallet, XUMM, and then what you do is you click this little button here, connected. It pops open. You make the connection. Then when you're ready, you get to click this mint button and you will randomly select one of the Badass Yetis, one of the 7 clans for the blue tribe, and you will be awarded, you'll get your Yeti. And that's pretty much it. Then it'll go back to the Zum wallet and you got to authorize it, right? So it's 125 XRP. You hit that slider, it's fun. It's fun to watch because this happens in 3-4 seconds, right? It thinks for a little bit, and boom, success. And then you can go into the X app, and there's two apps in there that you can use. The one that I like a lot is called Non-Fungible, which is makes it really easy to read, especially all the attributes for your Badass Yeti. There's also one called PureCat NFT Viewer that so a little less on the feature side, but the really good one here is non-fungible, and sometimes you got to search for that because it only shows you like the first couple, and that's how you do it. And if you go to XRP Cafe, if you look at this little animation here, you see a little badass boom jumps in there and just destroys the place like they would do, and that's right there, a mentalist. This will probably be up there for a little bit longer, but then you just will always have access to this, and it's just XRP Cafe collections / Badass Yeti. But again, we got to start putting the link in the comments as well, so that people can just go to the comments and select that pretty easily. Also, too, Jeff, I hope you put the rules in there because the rules and regulations have to be discussed before we.
The rules are there. The rules and regulations for the giveaway.
Good.
There's a link. There's a link in the description.
Yeah, so definitely want to see that because we want to make sure that you guys understand and we're in full compliance with the rules and regulations. You guys agree to that before you look to win. And the other thing, too, we're going to need from you guys. As a prerequisite, we're going to need your
sample.
No, we're not a blood sample, but we need some way to communicate with you because we've done this many years ago, and it's like anybody comes out of the wood because you have a generic name and they go like, oh, I'm this person. So best if you can actually, whoever wins drops their exact handle for Twitter. That way we reach out to you and then we know that it's exactly you, and we make sure you get your Badass Yeti. Like with Brian yesterday, Brian was able to share the first 7 of his wallet. So that was the other way we knew too. So he was able to send us an email. We were able to work through that and got his Badass Yeti today. But if you can see what they kind of look like here, these are the ones that have already been minted. And you can see that, the rarity in there. So
the rarities. Yeah. So the rarities, if anyone has any questions, we can go into the Discord. We can answer all the questions over there as well. The rarity seems that it might adjust as these mint further. The rarities do adjust a little bit.
Yeah. So they're rare based on how many's been minted, but eventually it'd be the whole collection, 589. and you'll actually see the rarity of that. And it's just based on the trades, right? So if we come into this one here, let's go over here and let's take a look at it.
Yeti.
Let's go over here and look at it on, where is it, Jeff? Where is
Right
this?
there, right at
Is
the
it
bottom.
Issuer?
Right at the bottom, it says rarity.
No, I don't want to look at that right there. I want to look at
This one. Go to
how do I look at it on Bits?
yeah.
BitHub?
Go to the ID. Go to the
ID,
token
right?
ID.
Token ID.
Correct.
There you go. We want to look at this over on BitHub because it's kind of
BitHub.
it's kind of BitHub. Oh, here it is right here. So you can kind of see what it looks like. This one's called School Deer and Blue Tribe, one of the mentalists. These are some of the traits that it has. So you can see that, but it's this way you can see the full name. Copy and paste that if you want. Copy and paste it and share it, and then tag at Badass Yeti in the in your tweet, because we'll retweet them all. We'd love to see what you guys are up to. Also in the share them in the Discord as well, which is good. And then I wanted to jump on this. John Deaton again.
Oh wait, hey, but before you go over to that, just some commentary that's been floating in here. Jim D said, Jeff and Chip, we need an OTC clubhouse in one of the Ledger virtual reality games, Ledger City, requiring Badass Yeti escort to get in. So we actually bought land in the X-Vectorverse, metaverse,
yeah.
multiverse.
And we can talk to Mo about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be very cool. BZ is saying, is there an obese Yeti I can buy? A fat ass Yeti? There
is well, those little Pathfinders are cute and cuddly. You know, they're kind of little pudgies. They're a little pudge on the pudge side. But no, they're pretty fit, these guys, for the most part.
They're very fit. And Ulfrix is saying, I hope the lawsuit ends this summer 2023. But then again, I think if the lawsuit ended in 2024, combined with Bitcoin halving and bull market really kicks into a 4-year cycle, that would be insane. So here's the thing. So if the lawsuit ends in 2024, you've got that part of the excitement. Then the U.S. has an election cycle, 2024 November. So now think about the next incoming administration, January of 2025. You're talking about super explosive growth. I mean, it could be insane. So things are going to start stacking up. Chip, I do see some really great things going on. Brian is saying, so stoked. You guys are great. So the eunuch, Lisa was saying it's a crypto. XRP Patriot said it's Unicoin IMF. Liz said it's Unicorn coin. Jim D said it's Unicoin. But if Lisa could just let us know which one it is. And James wants to know if anything happens to your Badass Yeti if you feed them after midnight.
Yikes.
Find out.
Yeah, you can always poke the bear and find out. I mean, there's always ways to do that.
Judith said people can identify with a fat ass Yeti. With the fat ass Yetis.
The old fat ass Yetis. There you go. So John Deaton raised a really good point here.
Before we get in, Becky said you guys should have some Yeti T-shirts made, and
we will. Yeah,
we're working on it. So those will start coming out soon.
Yeah, some Yeti T-shirts, and
we're working.
Yeah, again, guys, just so you know, we're rolling out a brand. This is the beginning of a larger project. So we're looking at, incorporating like a real world product into the Badass Yeti universe, and some other big things that are planned. But again, whole idea is you got to start somewhere. And so we're excited that where we started was on the XRPL. And we always talk about be a builder, do it. And when Jeff and I ventured into this, boy, were we newbies? Did we have a clue? We were clueless. We didn't know what was going on. And I have to say, what's phenomenal about that is that it was a steep learning curve for us, at least. But guess what? We were able to jump through. We were able to make it. We were able to come out the other end. We had set a target date of March 1st. I'm saying we might have missed it by, I don't know, maybe 5-6 weeks or so.
A couple of weeks.
We missed it by a few weeks, but the thing was, you gotta put it out there. You gotta have the sort of because if you don't live into a deadline, then it just never happens. You get nothing. So it's okay to be a little bit late, and that's what we did. And so, it was a great team building exercise, and we had a lot to figure out. And I got to say that the amazing people over there at XRP.cafe were just incredible every step of the way. Can't say enough great things about them. And again, there's a lot of other projects too. If you want to support other projects in the XRPL, we say support it. You know, we want the ecosystem to grow. You believe in NFTs on the XRPL. We waited for those, for the validators to pass that amendment. It got passed, and then boom, now we've got NFTs on the XRPL. And again, we couldn't be more excited about having we could have launched them on another chain, but no, it had to be the XRPL. So there you go.
It's very cool. Hans is saying there's some talk that XRP is heating up right now. It's at a 1% increase. So just to pull it up, I know we had a lot to talk about, but if you look at that XRP just flooding into Asia right now, look at that, just like pouring over there.
Love it. They love it
Just
in
doesn't
Asia.
stop. Look at that. Look at that speed at which it's going. And every so often you see some, like, look at that rapid fire going on over into the US. Like here it's just like constant, right? And here it's like some rap. Look at that. Bop, 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 bop. They're dropping some big bombs, some little XRP bombs over there. Man, it's crazy, crazy stuff. And you look at this, you look at all these different exchanges that stuff's trading on. Look at that.
Sorry about that,
And you
Jeff.
see Korea.
I didn't mean to hit that.
All right. That's all right. Let's move on. We gotta. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Unic is the crypto name, not for the public. Unicoin is what the IMF is calling it.
Yeah. So here's what I think about the IMF. Exactly that. Nothing. I think zero the IMF. It's an unelected so-called elites that are supposed to have some kind of power. They have zero power. International Monetary Fund, when you think about them, they are a giant charity, right? Because the U.S. gives more than 50%. They've got these massive offices too. They got a beautiful headquarters. But you think about the IMF and what they're building over there is like they are the ones that designate help out other countries. You know, with what do they call that? What's the bucket that they have 5 of those thrown in there? Is that what they're trying to like do with the Unicoin? But again, I say that, you know, I don't know that that's like the end all be all. I mean, it was founded on the idea of a good thought there to sort of help other nations out. But again, they don't exist as an organization if they don't get contributions from other countries. So then they're the ones that make this decision of which country do they want to help out. So it remains to be seen exactly what's going to happen there.
So they're just the IMF overall. You know, the IMF is definitely. It's a non-government organization. So I'm trying to pull up exactly. You know, there's a whole PDF here. We don't want to get into this could be, you know, a long, in-depth discussion over the efficacy of the IMF or the lack thereof. So, yeah, the SDR. Where was what was going on over here? So Jay Hoddle said it is the SDR.
That's it, the SDR basket, right? The SDR basket's made up of usually 5 or so with did we see this one here? Yeti with the chain. Did we see that one yet? I don't know if we
Yeti
saw
with
that.
a chain.
Yeti with a chain from Kato. Make sure we threw that up there, man.
With the currencies are in their basket. Let's see if they put Bitcoin into their SDR. So the SDR value tracks a basket of fixed amounts of 5 currencies: the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the euro, the pound sterling, and the Chinese renminbi.
There you have it, man. And here we go. So John Dean brought this point up. He said, after Coinbase listed XRP in late February 2019, MoneyGram filed a notice with the SEC and read what it said. This agreement will enable MoneyGram to utilize Ripple's XRapid product using XRP in foreign exchange settlement as part of the MoneyGram cross-border payment process. And here it is right here. MoneyGram announced a strategic partnership with Ripple, includes $30 million in equity investment in MoneyGram and a commercial partnership, right? So here it is. And then John Deaton went on to say that if XRP itself was an illegal security the way SEC now claims, well, then why would it let the SEC allow this MoneyGram partnership 18 months before Clayton dropped a lawsuit on his last day at the SEC, and the very next day after meeting with who else but Gary Gensler? Meets with Gensler, lawsuit drops as Clayton door hits him on the ass on the way out. So according to the SEC's absurd theory, the XRP that MoneyGram sold through the exchanges like Coinbase to the public were also investment contracts with Ripple, even if the purchaser never heard of a company called Ripple that sold software to banks. So in June of 2019, MoneyGram told the SEC it was acquiring and selling XRP. And apparently, Jeff, wasn't an issue. In fact, we learned that the SEC instructed MoneyGram how to report XRP on the books as a contra expense. So in the 76 years since Howey, there's no case where a contra expense equals a security. And there it is right there. These are the fourth quarter results in 2019. They talk about the revenue was 327 million, a decline of 6% from the fourth quarter of 2018. Revenue excludes 8.9 million of the benefit from Ripple, which will be accounted for as a contra expense rather than revenue based on recent consultation with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So this is funny. They apparently told them exactly how to what to do with that expense and how to account for it as a contra expense. This is the SEC telling them what to do. So Coinbase and MoneyGram's use of XRP wasn't the only events in 2019. The FSOC's 2019 annual report highlighted XRP along with Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin. Let's take a look who signed it. So the report, Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP and Litecoin grew in market share significantly. It didn't mention anything about securities. So let's look at who this is. You got Steve Manchin, Joseph Otting, control the currency. You have the Secretary of the Treasury, Jay Clayton, the chairman, Heath Harbert, the chairman of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, Rodney Hood, the National Credit Union Administration, Jerome Powell, chairman, Board of Governors, the Federal Reserve System, Kathleen Kraninger, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You had Jelena McWilliams, who was the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, better known as the FDIC. Then you had Mark Calabria, who was the Federal Housing and Finance Agency, FHA. So then you got Thomas Workman, who was Financial Stability. So every one of these government agencies, Jeff, signed this. And guess what? Nowhere is it named a security. Didn't mention anything about securities when it talked about these.
So, yeah. So, look at, and this is where, we have some major issues. Obviously, there's something going on that behind the scenes of all of this, with Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler and the SEC as a whole. The one thing that we know is that there's systemic, kind of a systemic, I don't want to, let's call it corruption, systemic corruption amongst.
That's a good word for it, Jeff. Call it what it is.
Trying to find a different way of saying it, but systemic corruption at the levels of the unelected bureaucrats throughout government. And so there's power moves and there's power players at all various levels. The question is, who's pulling the strings right now of the SEC? We still don't know. And I really think, if John Deaton can, bring this to some form of a suit or something happens and he's collecting all this information, if they can do discovery and bring Clayton in and figure out from actual conversation and discussion and questions, why did he do it? Why did he drop the lawsuit when he did it? Did it have something to do with him trying to stop crypto? Did it have something to do with him wanting to put the one case that is going to create the impetus of regulatory clarity in the US? Is that why he threw it out there? Is it because of his connections to Ethereum, the Ethereum Foundation, and everyone talking about ETHgate? Was that it? Was he putting a ticking time bomb into the hands of the next SEC under a brand new administration? Or was he in full collusion with, was it just an SEC thing where the SEC is going to do what the SEC does regardless of any other operators? But why was it that the SEC, Chip, didn't take concrete action until the last day? Why was it the last day before he leaves? That's when the SEC decides to take action against crypto vis-a-vis the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. And then Gary Gensler coming in, that everybody, there are so many people within the YouTube crypto space that were rah-rah, cheerleaders for Gary Gensler, saying, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about and he's pro crypto and he's going to do so many great things. Well, why did this guy come in and basically pick up the mantle, pick up where Clayton left off with this ticking time bomb, and look where he's taken it. Or did Jay Clayton, was it just kind of a layup? Did he throw it out there knowing that Gary Gensler was going to run with it the rest of the way? Chip, there's so many still unknowns. But the one thing that is the common, though, is that from that day, the SEC has had opportunity where they could have done things a little bit differently, and they've tripped over themselves and botched it every step of the way. And it just proves that they have an ulterior motive. Current. I still don't understand, the whole Clayton thing, that last day, it doesn't make sense. And that's where I'm going to leave it, Chip.
It's very weird. Yeah. And it's even weirder that he talked to Gensler before then. It turns out Gensler, so it was like the fix was already in. Gensler was already prepping to come in, and who knows what they said or how they positioned it. But I do find it pretty weird, Jeff. It's like when you look at Clayton, like, why would he have dropped it? But why was he meeting with Gary Gensler, who at that point was just the former FTSC chair? We didn't know anything about him coming, and his name was floated. Actually, other people's names were floated that probably would have been a better fit. But it's so funny that he met with him. So what was going on there? Like, what was said? What was sort of implied or inferred? Or why did he meet with Gensler? And then the next day, yeah, boom, drops the lawsuit. It's very odd.
It is. And Fernando's saying the time of the lawsuit coincided with the following XRP pump. Go check the charts. Maybe that's it. Now, think about at that exact moment in time when they dropped that lawsuit in 2020, the whole market was trending up, Chip. Everything was moving it in a positive direction. All of a sudden, there's like, bam, this lawsuit hits. XRP had hit 80 cents, and then it retracted all the way down. I'd put buy orders down at 10 cents thinking it was going to drop to 10, but I think we were dropping in the 20 range, maybe 18, 19, 20 cents, from 80 cents. And then Bitcoin kept going up to 60,000, so there's something there. And, Fernando, it's an interesting point. The timing of it, maybe that's a coincidence. Oh yeah. There's no such thing as coincidences.
Well, we have 46 in here, so we're gonna draw this like right after this comment. So we're drawing.
Oh yeah, we're at that comment. We need 4 more people. Come on, we got to get to 50. Get to 50. We're almost at the top of the hour. Last comment here from DNI. Hans Loaded. I came across something from the IMF 3 to 4 years ago when they said they might create a new entity to bypass their bylaws to roll out a digital coin. That's very interesting. And if you guys haven't known, DNI hasn't really put out videos in a while, but DNI would jump down all sorts of rabbit holes and really dig into the SDR thing with the IMF. Would love to see some more, commentary from DNI. But everyone, come on. We got 47, 3 more. Hurry up.
3 more.
Got to get 3 more.
We're going to click a draw. Someone's going to win.
One
beautiful
more.
Badass Yeti. And we are going to do it.
And it's a shiver spine too, which is awesome. It was a shiver spine Badass Yeti. Come on, we need one more. And
there it is right there. That's what you're going to win right there.
And it's
Badass Yeti. And guys, if you don't win, go over there and just, you can always go over there and grab yourselves a Badass Yeti and join the tribe, man.
That's right. You could do that too. There we go. Come
guys,
on, we need one more. Someone who hasn't.
When that hits 50, I'm hitting draw. So it's your last chance.
50. Come on. I feel like we're QVC over here.
Oh, it's incredible. That's why I hate doing this, Jeff. It's one of the reasons I don't dislike
Hold up again.
Doing
Did you see those beautiful goggles that the Badass Yeti had, the shiver spine? Oh, look at that.
Look at this right here, Jeff. So the UAE proposes a bill to create a decentralized economy for its free zone with 100% tax exemptions. This is the kind of forward thinking that's going on, Jeff, while we're sitting around there tripping over our shoelaces, as you always say. Abu Dhabi Global Market proposes a decentralized economy. This is phenomenal, man.
Dude, holy Abu Dhabi, Dubai, you think about that whole region, they're so ahead of the game, the reason why they're ahead of the game right now is because they want to adopt, they know where they came from, with gas. Hey, before we do that, make sure that Saltama dog to the lunk, make sure that you resubmit because you put Ass Yeti, just so make sure you didn't get left out. Just redo that to Badass Yeti, and it's Yetis with an S. So if anybody put Badass
it's on the screen,
Yeti,
guys.
It's on the screen. Type in exactly manage, Mr. Manager over there, Badass Yetis. So again, make sure you have the S at the end, Sodoma.
Yeah,
with the
so that's
Badass
it.
Yetis.
You guys got to follow instructions, man. We can't be responsible
Here's
if you type
another
it in wrong.
XRPZ. Come on, Badass Yetis. Okay, there we go. So
Plural.
now we're at 51
We're
plural.
gonna do it. That's it, guys. So I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1. Let's click the draw, guys. This is exciting. Jeff, get that drum roll ready, would you please?
Hang on. Let me line
Get
up
that
the drum roll
ready.
That'll let anyone ready to go before. Hang on, let me where is it? Drum. Here we go. That's not it.
It's the other one, Jeff. Since you click the other one, I'll do it.
Here we
That
go.
isn't it either. Click the other. There it is. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's slowing down, Jeff. It's gonna be somebody. It is going to be.
Boom.
Okay, so we got to reselect because Brian Hearn, you cannot win twice in a row. So we are going to redraw because I was afraid that might happen, and this is random, guys. So there you go. Hang on a second. Let's reset this. Brian, why are you putting your name in there? I told you you can't win twice, man. So let's do it again. I love it was when things are live. It's just fantastic.
It's perfect.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And guess what happened? It reset everything. So sometimes these tools go off wrong, and guys, you're gonna have to type it in there once again because that messed up the entire system. So now we're down to 17. So you're gonna have to
really?
Yeah, it reset everything for some reason because I had to
weird.
reset the show. I got to reset the Badass Yetis, and this is one of the reasons I don't like doing this on the show live because it's a cluster F just like it was yesterday. You know,
it's how it goes. It's live. Everyone gets to see it behind the scenes. Everyone throw Badass Yetis again. Come on, everyone that's here, Badass Yetis, throw it in there. Let's get back up to 50 real quick. I know we can do that quickly.
Yeah, type in it just like that. Sorry about that, guys. And Brian, please don't put it in again. I can't have you win. You already won. You're gonna be disconnected. So, and also too, we had during the course of the show, we had a bunch of Badass Yetis go. So thank you guys for that. Really appreciate that. Jeff.
Yeah, everyone's getting rowdy. Everyone's getting really rowdy over there.
Come on, guys, we're almost there. I want to give you guys a shot at doing this. Brian, please do not.
Thank you.
In there,
and good night.
Otherwise, we'll be done for tonight. We'll have to figure something else out. And win twice in a row. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We got 37, guys. Type in Badass Yetis again. It's and who knows? Maybe it'll pull Brian up for the third time. And I was like, dude, Brian, you're like the luckiest man in the world, dude. Who knows? But it is a random thing. So I don't know why we're gonna talk to StreamYard about that. Like, what would and Brian and I laughed about this. I'm like, dude, just remember, don't put it in there because it would be really weird and embarrassing, and they would think something's up if it selected you twice. And look what happened. We got 40, guys. 10 more. Let's do this. Let's do it. That's what he says.
It's BS.
Smash those likes. We need 100.
Oh, yeah. Get the likes too. Likes would be awesome. The next drawing is going to be via Twitter or Discord.
They're going in there fast and furious, Jeff.
They are. This is how we get them in there now.
I like it. Draw it in there, guys. 7 more. Let's go. Let's build it back. Let's build it back strong.
Now
I just use that word, build it back.
Build it back.
God, Jeff, what's going on?
Chip is terminated.
Man, what am I saying? Come on, guys. We're almost there. 43. 7 more. Let's do it. Sorry about this, guys. And Brian, please abstain from putting in Badass Yetis, okay, man? I love you, man, but we can't have
one.
We can't have you win 3 times. It's not good, man.
Come on now. Where are the
okay, we're good. We're good. Everyone's cool. It's all cool. Good. Lucky brain. I like that. I don't know what that's for, a different contest, but that's okay.
Maybe we should enter Brian. Michael, yeah. Go ahead.
Michael Murphy, gosh. Why not? Oh my OMG. Brian, you are too funny, man. I'm dying over here. It's just too crazy. Okay, we're getting there. We got 43. It looks like we're gonna do it.
He didn't
all right, good. Thank you, man.
Didn't do it.
Thank you. Because if you did, we all know what would happen, right? You're just whatever you're doing, dude. Go buy yourself a lottery ticket right now, because your luck is at an elevated level, right? So,
all-time highs.
So 1 of 50 yesterday, 1 of 51 yesterday, 1 of 50 today. I mean,
my hate mail went way up.
No, dude, it's all good, man. It's all good. We're all good. Okay, we got 43.
Oh,
We're gonna pull it with 43,
that's
guys.
it. That's it. Nobody
Yeah.
else wants to enter. Badass
We got
Yeti.
45.
45. Come on.
Jim D redo.
It's a kick ass. Pull up the shiver spine one more time just so everyone can see it.
All right,
And then
let's do
that's
that. See, pull it up. There we go. There it is. Terrifying. Look at that little badass. Look at that, man. He's about ready to do some damage, man.
badass.
He's hit you with that glowing club, and you're gonna have glow coming out of
Those
your
eyes are kick ass too.
You have glowing snot, Jeff. Out of your nose.
Badass. It's badass.
Okay, we got 45. We're gonna pull it with 45, guys, just because we're running late. And apologies.
Duplicates don't count. That's true. Peanut butter jelly time.
PPG. Yep. All right, guys, with 4. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's draw it.
Wait, I gotta get the drums going.
Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Crypto G is the winner today. Boom, bada boom, winner. Crypto G, another OG on the channel.
Yay.
Great to see you winning, man. Crypto G. So what I need you to do is drop in your I need to drop your Twitter handle in there so that we can reach out to you and then get your wallet address and then make sure that you get this cool ass shiver spine. Let's do
And
that.
make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure you jump over to go to the Badass Yetis Discord, where you are going to come and hang out with all the other Badass Yetis. You're going to join the Blue Tribe over at the Badass Yetis.
Yeah. Yay. 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 So that's what we're going to do. We are going to do that. Crypto G, did you drop your thing? Did he drop? Jeff, you got to pay attention here. I'm looking on the internet here.
Where's he doing it?
Thanks. Shiver Spine is mine. I need you to drop your handle on Twitter. So
DM
we
us.
send that to you.
Send it to us on Twitter.
Says, woohoo.
Crypto G, send us a tweet.
Big winner. No, I don't want you to send us a tweet. What I want you to do is drop your handle so I can verify that you here.
Oh, right.
Reach out to you.
Oh, yeah. You got to do it here first.
There'll be 6 new accounts that are all Crypto G.
That's true.
I need you to drop it.
Put it in here real quick. Crypto G.
Thank you.
Throw it into the chat. Good night, Speedboat. Oh, I wanted to say,
Speedboat
Liz was gifting. There's all these new members. Some are rejoined, some are brand new. So let me get the list going here. Here's the last update. We have Hans Loaded, XRP Speedboat, Crypto G. Hang on. Let me get this up again. Wait.
Hang on a second. Let me just
Isn't it doing it now? Time is up. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. Now it's completely out of sequence. Had it perfect, and now it's out of sequence. Total time on level. That's not going to work.
Let me make sure I got.
We've got Sir John, Brian, Crypto G, XRP Speedboat. Hans is in there, even though Hans, it says, here's another one is very easy hydroponics. Another rejoin.
Okay, here we go. Let's just double check this, Jeff, to make sure we got it, because I think we're good. I just want to double check this, but Crypto G, verify this is you. Crypto
at Crypto HG. Crypto HG.
There it is.
There it is. Crypto HG. Perfect.
That's it right there. There's Crypto G right there. Coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia.
Money Man, Florida, too. Look at that. Money Man, Florida just joined in. What is up?
I love this header, by the way. That's a real good look.
Family. That is really cool. That's a really nice header.
Yeah, we're going to be making Badass Yeti ones so that you'll be able to like proudly display, the Badass Yetis on your profile. And a lot of people are really cool to see these show up as profile pics, right? So a lot of people are like tweeting out and they've already made them their profile pics, which is awesome to see. So we've been seeing every other project and it's so weird and cool to see it at the same time as that. So we've got that Crypto G. Appreciate. It's so cool, man. Crypto G. I love it.
Sir John said at Crypto G handle is New World Bank too, as I can remember.
Is that what it is?
Is that what it is, Sir John?
Speaking of which, speaking of Sir John here, let's see if I can put this up here real quick. Look at this one here. Sir John tweeted this out here. He was saying that like having a nice easy night before on the chain with Chip and Jeff here. So he tweeted this one out, but this is Sir John. Here he is. That's what you call having a good time, Jeff. That's drinking beers, enjoying yourself, unwinding, having a great time. That's awesome. Right before you get ready for on the chain, baby. No.
Oh, if you put that up on Twitter. What
you put it on Twitter, dude. I had to, man. It's like, what the hell? Of course I had to. Of course I had to.
However, there's a recorded
version. We have a request here from our amazing producer here from Hans Loaded.
I think we got it. I've got it pulled up right here. You ready for it?
Let's do it. The music one? Yeah, do it.
I don't know which one's which. It doesn't say. It just
there's
says,
the one with music and there's the other one.
Wie einst Lily Mar, wie einst Lily Marlin, wie einst Lily Marlin.
And there you go, man. A double shot of Sir John from Croatia coming to you live. Well, not live here, but he's coming to you live in the chat. So, guys, all I gotta say, Crypto G, super happy for you, man. You've been a big supporter of the show here, and you have Yeti 266 coming your way, and that is, Jeff, a shiver spine, which is feared. The shiver spine is feared.
The shiver spine is terrifying.
Terrifying, feared, just incredible, man. You gotta be careful. That old terrifying. So I'll go ahead and get your wallet address, and we'll reach out to you in just a second here. You'll give us the wallet address, and then
we'll get that Shiver Spine over to you. The Shiver Spine clan, by the way, the Shiver Spine clan is the most terrifying. So why were they saying they're terrifying? The most terrifying of the 7 clans, known for their exceptional agility and stealth, able to move silently and quickly through the snow and ice. It's deadly, and they look terrifying.
Deadly, Jeff. Super deadly, super deadly, super deadly. Yeah, you gotta just here we go. Let's do this.
Thanks, guys. My favorite show, 100%.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, Crypto G, I am hitting you up right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and please drop your wallet. I am texting you right now.
You guys are so helpful to this community. Appreciate it. You guys are amazing. We have by far the best, the brightest, the smartest, and all of YouTube crypto space gather here with us. How many times a week? 3 times a week. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are outstanding. Big shout out to Crypto Eddie. What is going on, Crypto Eddie? Come in.
Badass Yetis.
Badass Yetis are badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Big
yeah.
shout out to Liz Taylor for gifting all of those memberships.
Beautiful, man.
A lot of memberships, too. So that was very cool. We got a whole bunch of new members that have been posted.
Sean Thompson sending a big shout out to Crypto Eddie as well, man.
Yep.
Crypto Eddie.
So that's all we got, Chip.
That's all we have, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll be back. The next giveaway will be on Twitter. We'll put one on Twitter. And also, you can go find we're giving away 3 Badass Yetis in conjunction with the XRP Cafe. When we first minted last Tuesday, we first started. But guys, thank you so much for the support for this, especially the bunch of people that went out and grabbed a Badass Yeti. Do us a favor. Go ahead and tweet at Badass Yetis the same way you put it in the chat. Tweet us. Say, hey, this is my brand new Yeti. Tell us what you like about it. Tell us what the name is. Anything else you want to share about it, because we want to be able to retweet you and get it out there. And then also too, on the at Badass Yetis on Twitter, there's a link for the Discord, so you can click over there. And there's we got a nice community setting up right there, so it's pretty fantastic. So there you go. There you have it. That is Michael Murphy. That is true. There is no other show like it. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But according to YT, we still have a bunch of attrition there. There you go.
And Crypto Eddie gave
Yes.
On the Chain and the Badass Yetis a shout out on our show the other day. That was
that was awesome, man. It was awesome. Really appreciate that too. It was really
cool.
cool.
And that's it. That's
All
we've
That's
got.
all we have, guys. Ran a little long, but that happens. 1:15. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until the next show, until the great things and all the amazing things happen between now and Wednesday. That's all we got.
See you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff. Oh, see you guys. Be good.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.